Hi, sixth grade. It's Miss Franklin here with your class recap. I'm here with Kendall, and she's going to go over some of the stuff that we covered today. So, what did we talk about in class today, Kendall?
Well, we talked about the Fertile Crescent, and a Fertile Crescent is it's a crescent shaped like a quarter moon.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also talked about the
Tigris.
Tigris and the Euphrates.
And what are those?
It's two rivers.
Two rivers.
That that made
They affect the land.
yeah, they affected the land.
Mm-hmm.
And so we also talked about how, in one of the paragraphs, we talked about how it was this flood. And so it really messed up people's crops and their homes and their farms, people's farms.
Because the flood is uncontrollable water. You've got water rising, and you have a lot of damage. And we talked about how some people actually lost their lives. A lot of your peers were concerned about, well, what happens to the children if that happens to their families? So maybe that's something that we can dive into a little bit deeper as we progress through this unit. So what do you think are some key words that we should remember? Was there any vocabulary that you thought was really important?
Well, I think there are some key words we should.
Okay, give me one.
One of them I think we should really understand was the Tigris and the Euphrates.
Okay, good. Oh, you got it right that time. So Tigris and Euphrates are two rivers. That's what makes the land fertile, because those are the two rivers that go through the area that we're talking about. Do you remember the name of the area we're talking about, other than the Fertile Crescent?
Mesopotamia.
Good. Mesopotamia. Okay. Anything else?
Well,
Any other vocabulary?
yes, I think we should really be really more. If some people don't understand Mesopotamia, we should know that too.
Okay, where that is. Good. And we know that there's a map on page 105, so when you guys look at it tomorrow, if you want to memorize that, that'll help.
Yeah, and
Plateau.
yeah, plateau.
So what's a plateau?
It is a plateau is an area of elevated flatland.
Good. So it's kind of like a cake. That's what I helped you to remember. It goes up, but the top is flat. Okay, so that's something that we did when we talked about landforms. So you should actually have that in your notebook.
And we should know. We should know about these countries.
Okay, so the Fertile Crescent is actually now a bunch of places that we've heard of, maybe from the news. So you want to give me an example? Iraq.
Israel. And
Syria.
And
Lebanon.
Lebanon.
Good. So do you know what makes this area so special? What makes the Fertile Crescent so special? What's around it that makes it kind of hard to live?
Well, it's the mountains.
Yeah, so there are mountains on one side, and all the rest of that dry land is called a what?
Desert.
A desert. Good. So right in the middle of these mountains and this desert is this great land that has a lot of rich silt for farming. So people lived there and they were really able to thrive because of those two rivers. Anything else really important you think we need to know?
Yeah, and people need to really understand Fertile Crescent. Because if we have a test on it, y'all gotta pay attention and know what all these words are.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. See you guys tomorrow.